What's up, my guys, and welcome back to this god-awful show. I'm your host, Cody, and if you missed it earlier this week, you actually had Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch on ESPN, and you want to know why? Because there is not one damn sport on TV right now. I tell you what, and since that's the case, let's talk some damn wrestling. Now, what we do here on the show, the Wrestling Report Card, is I take a wrestling show. I break down every match. I give them each a letter grade, and at the end, I tally them son bitches up and I give that show its own report card. And tonight, it's the week of WWE in review for the build-up to Money in the Bank. And I tell you what, we got some shit going on. You got the civil war between the Bloodline as Roman and Solo Sikoa take on the Usos. And what happened just now was insane over in London. Plus, you got the men's Money in the Bank ladder match as you got LA Knight. Yeah, he comes face to face with Logan Paul, and on the women's side, you got Bayley battling for her position to get in there to go along with Trish Stratus, and Becky Lynch, and I tell you, you had all that in, plus Seth Rollins defending that World Heavyweight Championship for the first time against Finn Balor, and you know the history there, but more on that later. And here's my bold prediction for the weekend. Dominik Mysterio, yes, Dirty Dom, will get the victory over Cody Rhodes, and it'll be all thanks to Brock Lesnar, and we're never gonna hear the end of that from Dirty Dom, I tell you what. But as you can tell, we got a lot to talk about, so without further ado, go on and buckle up, because it's gonna be a bumpy ride, and let's get to grading, my guy. And our first stop of the week is down in Savannah, Georgia for Monday Night Raw, and we kick this sumbitch off with Cody Rhodes in the same ring as Dami and Mommy. And at this point, do we even need Brock Lesnar back? I mean, this is the money feud right here, I tell you what. Now, like I said, due to interference from Brock Lesnar, Dominik will get the 1-2-3 over Cody Rhodes at Money in the Bank, and the era of Dirty Dom will be upon us. And that, ladies and gentlemen, isn't a prediction. That is a spoiler, my guy. Hey, you can be mad all you want, but it's just part of the story. And like Triple H always says, it's what's best for business. But either way, however you want to look at it, great way to kick off the show. I'm going to slap a B+ on that sumbitch. Now, let's get into our first match of the night, as you got Shinsuke going up against Ricochet. So yes, by law, Bronson Reed has to be ringside for this matchup. Well, he got booted, and holy shit, what a damn match. And is Ricochet finally getting over out there? I mean, about time, honestly. My guy hit the skies for that BEA beautiful shooting star press, and ain't nobody kicking out of that, my guy. I'm gonna slap an A- on that sumbitch. But now, let's jump over to the women's division, as you got Raquel taking on Ronda Rousey. Yes, sir, you got some big woman out there slapping meat. Now, Raquel looked on her way to victory, but then that damn Shayna Baszler got involved. So then Liv Morgan ran over, and took care of her ass. But during all of that, Ronda took advantage of all the commotion, rolled up Raquel to get the 1-2-3. And I don't know, man. I'm not mad at it. I just don't like Raquel losing right now. I think we could push her to the moon, especially after that face-off she had with Rhea. So I'm going to slap a C+ on that sumbitch. But now, go on and get your ass up and get your singing voices ready, because we got the World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins in the house, and he's in here talking his shit ahead of his title defense against Finn Balor at Money in the Bank. Well, guess who else is in the house for Monday Night Raw? That's right, it's him, the NXT champion. Carmelo is also here, but next thing you know, Finn Balor, you know, the guy who's still pissed about Seth Rollins injuring him back in 2016, causing him to relinquish that title after becoming the first ever Universal Champion. Yeah, that guy tried to attack Seth with the chair again. I mean, I don't blame him, honestly, but this time Seth avoided. So when Finn went to grab another chair, Carmelo interfered, which allowed Seth to catch up and clothesline that sumbitch over the barricade, running him off. And later on tonight, this will set up Carmelo making his Monday Night Raw debut, taking on Finn Balor. And if you're mad about that, I don't know what to tell you, my guy. Now, I'm going to slap a B+ on that sumbitch. Next up, we got The Miz going one-on-one with Tommaso Ciampa again. Oh, wait, never mind. The Miz just came out and whooped that ass. So now we got Dominik Mysterio in action, and he's taking on the big bad Tozawa. And I can't lie, this was fun right here. It went down exactly how you thought it would. Tozawa was out there actually whooping that little boy's ass, but in came Rhea Ripley with the distraction, that damn Jezebel, and that allowed Dom to hit the frog splash, and ain't nobody kicking out of that, my guy. And for how short that was, I'm gonna slap a B- on that sumbitch. But next, we have all 6 participants for the women's Money in the Bank ladder match in the ring, flapping their gums. And it wasn't a matter of if shit was gonna pop off, it was a matter of when shit was gonna pop off. And when it did, oh, Corey Graves was out of that ring quicker than Earl Hebner after the screw job, I'll tell you what. But at the end of the day, you had Bayley standing tall. And is that a glimpse into the future come Saturday? We'll see, because she still has to get past Shotzi coming Friday. But for that segment right there, I'm gonna slap an A- on that sumbitch. Well done, ladies. But let's get back to some action, because up next, you got Gunther taking on Sami Zayn. And I tell you what, Sammy got the Uzi smacked out of him tonight. However, he looked like he was on his way to win, but after one failed attempt, Imperium was able to interfere as the bald one with the crutches smacked Sammy with the crutch, and Gunther capitalized with the powerbomb to get the 1, 2, 3. After the match, Riddle came out and saved the day, and I can't wait till we see Riddle throwing down with Gunther. But for that match right there, I'm gonna slap a B+ on that sumbitch. But let's keep the ball rolling, because up next, you got Finn Balor taking on Carmelo Hayes. Yes, sir, and believe the hype, my guy, because Melo don't miss. I mean, he loses, but Melo don't miss. The NXT champ came out and had a great showing. However, at the end of the day, Fitty B hit the coup de grace, and ain't nobody kicking out of that, my guy. He gets the 1, 2, 3. I'ma slap a B on that sumbitch, but you know what time of the show it's gotten to. That's enough of the talk, because it's time for the main event. You got Cody Rhodes going one-on-one with Damian Priest, and you already know it was just so long until Dami and Mommy showed up, even with both of them interfering and Dame hitting the South of Heaven chokeslam. It wasn't enough to keep the nightmare down. Then, after a little miscommunication from the Judgment Day, boom, Cody Cutter! He followed that up with the Crossroads, and ain't nobody getting out of that, my guy. Dominic still got another cheap shot on Cody before going off air, and I tell you what, I can't wait for their match at Money in the Bank. And with Brock Lesnar possibly lurking, who knows what in the Sam hell is gonna go down tomorrow. All I'm gonna say is y'all Cody Rhodes fans, y'all better get ready, because just like WrestleMania, your boy's gonna take the L, except this time it's gonna be the Dom Dom. Yes, sir, that's right. I'ma slap a B on that sumbitch right there, and y'all know what part of the show we've gotten to. We got all the grades in. Now let's take a look at the report card, my guy. After tallying everything up, we came out with a final letter grade of a B+. That's right, an 87%. Great way to kick off the week. But now we gonna go down from Savannah, Georgia, across the pond over in London, as we got Friday Night SmackDown going down, and we kick this sumbitch off with the tag team titles on the line, as you got KO and Sami Zayn defended against Pretty Deadly. And I tell you what, Pretty Deadly brought it tonight and damn near pulled it off with some of that trickeration. But at the end of the day, the story went stunner. Haluva kick, 1, 2, 3. Ain't nobody kicking out of that, my guy. The champs retain. I'm gonna slap a B on that sumbitch. Now let's go over to the United States champion Austin Theory in action against Ridge the Fridge, who actually has to beat Theory to get a title opportunity, even though Pretty Deadly just got one. I don't know. It's wrestling. Don't try to make it make sense. Anyways, my guy Ridge was still selling that spike that Solo hit him with last week, and Theory capitalized, targeting that throat the whole move, and that sumbitch actually got the 1, 2, 3 from a drop kick of all things, beating Ridge in front of his home country. Like, how you gonna do my guy like that? But don't worry, because your fellow countryman Drew McIntyre knows the feeling all too well. I tell you what, I'm gonna slap a B- on that sumbitch. But now let's jump over to the women's division, as you got Bayley going one-on-one with Shotzi, with Bayley's spot in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match on the line. So if Shotzi wins, she's in. But after a little help from Io, Bayley hit the Rose Plant, and ain't nobody kicking out of that, my guy. Then, after the match, for some reason, Shotzi just attacked them both backstage with no backup. Yeah, 1-on-2, so she got her hair cut. I mean, serves her right, but I tell you what, I would be pissed if I've gone 0-37 in the last month and then had to get my hair cut in an angle for a match I'm not even going to be in. Make it make sense, my guy. Well, I'm going to slap a C- on that son bitch, but now we got the Dynamite from Down Under. That's right, the Grayson Waller effect, and his guest tonight is the internet sensation, Logan Paul, and he comes out saying everything that he could do with that briefcase once he wins. I could cash it in on Seth, who I lost to. I could cash it in on Roman, who I lost to. But hell, since I lost to everybody, I might just win it and just smack the shit out of LA Knight with it. Well, you can't say my guy's name without hearing the LA Knight, Mr. Mega Manager himself. And come on, Logan Paul, I know you proving yourself in the ring. Nobody can question that. But we still got to brush up on those mic skills, my guy. Okay? And that was a solid little segment right there. I'm going to slap a B- on that sumbitch. But don't bleep, because that goes straight into the triple threat between LA Knight, Yaya, Santos, and Butch, with Logan Paul sitting ringside. Now, you got LA Knight and Paul over there jaw-jacking at each other when out of nowhere Santos came flying in, but Knight ducked, sending that sumbitch crashing. Now, during all that chaos back in the ring, Butch got a hold of Santos and got the 1-2-3 in his home country, which was a nice touch. Then that crazy sumbitch pulled out a ladder. You got him, Logan Paul, and LA Knight, all started fighting over who got to climb the ladder a day early and send the message. But at the end of the day, when it was all said and Pete done, see what I did there? It was Butch who stood tall, or, sat tall. You know what I'm trying to say, damn it. I'm going to slap a B+ on that sumbitch. But next, we got our second title match of the night back over in the women's division, as you got Asuka defending against Charlotte Flair. Now remember, Bianca was banned from ringside, but no worries, because the former champ went over to London and bought the BEST ticket in the house and is sitting front row for this sumbitch right here. Now Charlotte and Asuka started brawling, and it spilled outside of the ring when Charlotte loaded up for a big boot. However, Asuka ducked and pulled Bianca in the way. So after Bianca regained her senses, she came in and just started beating the living hell out of Asuka. So Charlotte got mad because that ruined her title opportunity. She came over and interrupted, but she should have just minded her damn business, because after those two got into a shoving match, Bianca straight snapped. I mean, she lost it, and then she KO'd both them sumbitches through the announce table, and that thing didn't even break, so you know that shit hurt. And it looks like we could very well possibly be getting a triple threat between these ladies at SummerSlam for Asuka's title. And yeah, that's going to be off of the charts, but for what we just saw, I'm going to slap a B+ on that sumbitch. But y'all know what part of the show we've gotten to. That's enough of the talk, because it's time for the main event. For the first time since whooping Drew's ass last year at Clash at the Castle, hey, sorry about you, Roman Reigns once again blesses Great Britain with his presence, and he tells his good-for-nothing cousins that he'll give them yet another chance to join the bloodline as long as they come out, bow down, and acknowledge their tribal chief. So the Usos came out and they said, hey, when this is all over, Roman, you ain't gonna be the tribal chief. I ain't gonna be the tribal chief. Jimmy ain't gonna be the tribal chief. You know who is? And they look right at Solo. Then the camera panned over, and you got Roman Reigns cracking up. I mean, he is literally doubled over laughing at the thought of this until he looked over and saw Solo's face. And I tell you what, my guy stopped that smiling real quick. But during all of this, Jay actually stepped up to Roman, and Roman said, oh, you want to be a tough guy now. What you gonna do? And Roman, he got that De Niro face down. You wanna come at me? He said, what you gonna do? Well, Jay, he just reached over, mushed his cousin's face in, and before Roman could retaliate, in comes Jimmy with the super kick, and by God, we got Civil War starting tonight early over here in London, and these four were brawling all the way until we went off live air on the damn television, and holy shit, I can't wait for that to go down. I can't wait for Cody and Dom to go down. Both the Money in the Bank matches, Finn versus Seth, and I think Gunther versus Riddle. What in the Sam hell is going on? For that main event, I'm going to slap an A- on that sumbitch, but tomorrow, what in the hell is going to happen when Money in the Bank goes down? I don't know, but I cannot wait, my guy. But you know what part of the show we've gotten to? We got all the grades in. Now let's take a look at the report card. My guy, after tallying everything up, we came out with a final letter grade of a B. That's right, an 84%. Man, we got money in the bank going down tomorrow. I want to give a shout out to all 12 of you that are still watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. You could like, comment, hey, do what you do. It's a free country out here, okay? Also want to give a shout out to my guy, OG Bobby Knifehawk. You know where to find him on SoundCloud. Other than that, like I said, we got money in the bank tomorrow. I still got to go to work at 9 a.m. So I'm your host, Cody. I'm signing off. I hope all you BEA beautiful people stay safe out there and have a nice day.